This is a general energies report and downloads that I've received in the last few days. And with everything going on, there's a lot of changes happening, and of course, we are in quite a
This is a
tumultuous time. Let's turn that down. I hope you're all doing very well and bringing the new year with a bang. For me, it doesn't really feel like New Year a whole lot. It's kind of just another day, but that's kind of how the shit's going right now, right? Um, 2020 has been a year of awakening, of us being encouraged to face our shadow, right? And with these energies now in play, I would say, because we've opened up, we've closed many cycles, we've opened up new cycles, we've come into this new era of energies that are going to perpetuate and continue to bring in this newness in 2021. So first off, I want to let you guys know, a lot of people have reached out to me through on YouTube, on Instagram, even on email, and been telling me how grateful they have been for my guidance and for doing the things I do. I just want to say thank you so much. What a beautiful birthday gift from all of you guys. Without you, this wouldn't be possible for me. So my heart is filled with so much gratitude for you. So thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you. There's definitely a lot of shifting and changing going on, right? And it's going to be happening here over the next few weeks for sure. It's going to be a little tumultuous with all these energies that are really still pushing us, out of our comfort zone and pushing us into this new cycle. It's almost like, in my mind, I see like a public speaker, right? Like their first time getting on stage to speak publicly, and all that fear is hitting them. And they're like, oh shit, the oh shit, scenario is happening, and there's our guides behind us like kicking us in the back. Oh, come on, let's go, get up there, let's make it happen, right? And as we accept this challenge, I guess you could say, to face our fears, to move up, to take responsibility, and face this deeply embedded internal victim within us all, we are really being sort of really pushed into the limelight of our own lives. And to reference The Last Kingdom again, because that for whatever reason, that show has really spoke to me a lot on many levels. And it's like, we are all being asked to be the king or queen of our lives. Now, what does that mean, really, right? If you think about a king back in the day, right, there's a lot less people back then, but these kings, they had this responsibility of their people, right? Now, what metaphorically speaking, right, their people would be our reality, our friends, our family, all the people that we love and care about, and first and foremost, ourselves, right? The king must be protected. The queen is the eyes and ears. It's like in ancient Egypt, they used to say that the queen was the neck, the king is the head, right? The queen is really the one that is meant to guide the king in what direction they're meant to take. But internally, the queen is our divine feminine, the king is our divine masculine. Okay, and the king and queen within us all is coming out and stepping into this understanding. What's up, Jessica? Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Within this divine feminine, divine masculine, we've leveled up. We faced our shadow, and now Pluto is still in Capricorn, so we still have that part of our shadow that we're processing and working through. But now it's like, okay, we've been made aware of these things that we have to shift, change, move through, understand, cut out, whatever the situation might be, and really come into our own true power and step into this new reality of what we want to create. So there will be new people, places, things, feelings, scenarios, ideas that are going to be coming into our consciousness that are going to be challenging us to face our fear and then step into our reality. And when we have this opportunity, we must respond with trust in our heart. We must step forward in that fear with faith and the understanding that, this is our life to create. It's either, there are leaders and followers, right? And in some ways we are all leaders. In some ways we are all followers. Let me give you an example. Like for me, I'm very good with the human body, right? The human body, the human mind. I study it. I know it. Like I can help people see their own shit, and I can help. I'm a healer, and I'm able to help people see their imbalances and then devise a plan and a navigational tool to be able to work through it and process it. But I don't know a whole lot about, say, cars, right? Like I don't even change my own oil, believe it or not. So, my body is my vehicle. So when it comes to cars, I'm a follower. I require other people, that I, know and trust to handle that kind of stuff for me. Does that make sense? So this is why community is so important. It's going to be becoming more important, throughout this year, 2021, where, through our community, like we may have one person that's a subject matter expert on one thing, but we may not know about this other thing. And this person that, wants to come into our community wants to know about this. And we rely on each other to share knowledge, to share wisdom, to share insight. And that is really kind of what the opportunity community is all about for me, right? I am really good at bringing people together. I'm really good at helping people see their own shit. But it requires a certain kind of personality. Not a lot of people like to be called out on their shit. Okay. And, but that's what I do. And so if you're willing to look at, your shadow and grow and learn and evolve, then, you are drawn to me, and then we work together. And I follow my intuitive guidance 100% on everything. And that's just how I've learned to develop my own process. And everyone has their own strength, and everyone has their own weakness. And, we can see that in each person's, astrology charts. And this year, if we want to be able to flourish and to grow and to create the reality that we know we can and are able to create, we must learn to trust ourselves so that we can rely on the people that we bring into our lives and not be manipulated. Like the old age, the way things don't, the old way is we go to a doctor, right? And, a doctor through insurance would, take care of everything. But nowadays it's very difficult to trust a doctor. It's very difficult to trust anybody, really, with all the misinformation out there. So we must feel it, right? This is that Aquarian energy. We must feel that energy, like, okay, like I feel that you have my best interest and in mind and in heart. So I'm going to follow you. I'm going to, allow myself to open up, be vulnerable, and allow you to guide me into this new place. So, with that, building these communities is so important, right? So one, I would like to say, I am going to be putting much more emphasis and effort into building my Uforia tribe. Now, Uforia is a DNA-based supplement. It's very unique, and I'm a firm believer in it. I've been using it and researching it and working with it for about 2 years now, and we have a great team. It is a networking based business, but the way that we do it is through community and through like personal development and working on ourselves and health and wellness. So if any of you guys out there are interested in joining my Uforia community, okay, DM me, message me, comment below, however you want to connect with me. Email me, nahum@spiritualbodyloader.com, and we'll make that happen, okay? There are so many things changing also with like currency, money, like wealth, abundance and things like that. And, this, energetically and, in the material world, this is very, very important because, Uranus and Taurus is all about the currency, right? As long as agriculture and, like Pachamama, like the actual physical world. But with that changing, the more that we stick together, the more that we come together, the more that we grow together. And of course, it's all about health and abundance, right? Health meaning, of course, there's a health crisis in the world, right? And we need to make sure that we're around people that understand the aspects of health from a holistic point of view, so that we can stay healthy and grow and learn and prosper in our physical abundance. And then of course we have the financial abundance, which is definitely a huge plus. But when you bring a community that's all working together and creating win-win situations, and we're helping each other grow and learn, a strategy, a structure, a system that is placed there, then it's just it gives us a foundation, a good solid foundation to grow from. And it's a very beautiful and amazing foundation. So you let me know if you're interested, and let's work together. I want to work with you. Okay. But I'm only wanting to work with people that have that passion and that drive to create something wonderful for themselves. Okay. That's where we're at. And I promise you that this is going to be, it's already been growing exponentially, but this year it is going to be 10 times that, because, well, when I put my mind to something, it happens, and there is just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just how it goes. Okay. So with that being said, also with my daily energy reports, okay, my daily energy reports, I'm going to start to shift them over to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com. Okay. So it's going to take a few weeks, probably about the third week of January is when this is going to happen. All right. But, I've gotten messages from a lot of people, saying that, they appreciate, all the work I put into, so we are going to be moving things over to my website, mostly because on these social media platforms there's a lot of I can't really talk about everything that I want to talk about, right? Everything is restrictive. So I will keep letting you guys know this, all right? But pretty soon, if you'd like to get my daily energy reports, you're going to have to join the opportunity community and be a part of that. That's going to be, and we're going to be a much closer knit group. We already are a very close knit group, but I want to build that up even more, right? We've created a good solid foundation. Real quick, where is Armin at? Said there is an important aspect you are missing. Those foundations are not the true foundation. Faith is the only foundation. So I ask you, Armin, what aspect that I'm missing are you talking about, or foundation are you talking about? Because I come from faith. That's my entire point of existence. And so I agree with you that the true nucleus of the foundation is faith, but you also have to take action and live in this world. So what you're saying isn't really adding up to me. Okay. So let me know in the comments, maybe a little more specific of what you're talking about. Okay. So thank you guys for the happy birthdays. I appreciate it. I love you all very much. So I will still be doing the weekly energy reports and the new moon, full moon, and monthly energy reports, but they will be exclusively on YouTube. Okay. I find it's a little more efficient on this display, because I got to look at two cameras, and it's a little bit, there's a whole lot going on here. So and I am trying to grow my YouTube a little bit quicker. So you guys can go over, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check that out, and we'll be doing those over there much more as well. So this next week or so, we have a lot of intense energies going on. Okay. And today we're sitting in, of course, that double yod. So today is a very deep emotional day. So it's really a day of just sort of chilling, relaxing. I've been trying to, no, I'm not trying to, I have been allowing myself to, kind of take a step back and detach a little bit and just relax and set the stage for, getting this structure of life a little bit more solid, if you know what I mean. Let's see what Mr. Armin has said. The true foundation is within God, and it should be emphasized. Health and welfare cannot be generated when one does not practice and embody those virtues. Okay, well, I mean, yes, I agree with you again, and I have not said anything otherwise. So I'm not really sure where the disconnect is, because you're saying that I'm missing something, but actually, from what you're saying, I'm not. So we'll just leave that at that. All right. And we have Mercury right now. Where the hell is Mercury? Where do you go? Oh yeah, we have Mercury right now at 19 degrees of Capricorn. It's going to be conjuncting Pluto, and then soon after conjuncting Saturn and Jupiter. So this energy, especially Mercury conjuncting Pluto, this is like deep, intense, emotional, transformative communication. So if you're been expecting communication, or if you're feeling like this impending, like shit, I got to do this, I got to get this done, I got to make this happen, this energy is going to be pretty intense here coming up in the next week or so. So just be ready for that. It's good though. This is a very cathartic week. Okay, allow yourself to express, allow yourself to feel that fear and move through it in faith, and proceed with what you believe in your heart. Okay. Of course, we also have Uranus that's going to be stationing to go direct on the 14th. So basically, Uranus moves very slowly. So pretty much this whole month, we're going to be feeling the Uranian energy even stronger. And with that, later on in the month, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus when it is just, gone direct. That is going to be intense. That energy is like the Tower card, okay? But this is good because we need this catharsis. We need to let this go, right? I'm sure all you guys are feeling this, like this sort of excitement, this oh shit factor, this like, okay, what's next? What's coming? Where are we going? It's an excitement. It's a fear. It's all these emotions all rolled up, and you may not even be able to put words to it, but that's what this Uranus Mars energy does. Bam! Okay, let's go. Right? Time to move to the next level. It's like, okay, like we've been moving to it, like, however fast or slow, and however much you've been allowing these things, to move through you is going to be how, easy or difficult it is going to be for you. So, stick to that and you'll be good. All right. So with that, we also have Mercury going retrograde at the end of the month. Constantly taking full breaths is very, very productive, and it's a really, really good idea, of course. Breath is life, really. I know that, whenever especially when you have to communicate something, right? Like sometimes when that feeling hits you, like, okay, breathe through it. Okay. Then you center yourself and you're able to observe yourself from, that sort of third person perspective. Like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I need to express, from my foundation, from my heart, from the center of my soul. And really, we're going to be coming into a place where we're going to be seeing like a lot of people, like, because they're being brutally honest with themselves, a lot of people are going to be awakening this year as well, a lot more people. And that is why this new, spiritual new age movement, or whatever the hell you want to call it, is really picking up speed, because so many people are they're searching for this new life, right? This new place that they're feeling in their heart, but they don't quite understand. All right. So breathe through it, or breathe in the good shit, breathe out the bullshit, right? And let this guide us through the process. All right. The Mercury will be exactly conjunct Pluto on January 4th. And then, of course, we all know this, and actually Mars will be at 29 degrees of Aries, which is going to be a trip on that day too. So, in fact, let me see here. So on January 6th is when Mars will be at 0 degrees of Taurus. And so, January 6th is that day, that the Orange Man, if you will be, it said, everybody come to DC and let's all hang out. It's going to be wild. And, with Mars square Saturn, and Uranus is basically stopped and it's squaring over to Jupiter. Okay. Jupiter expands everything that is coming in contact with. So those two squares going on, and those squares are even like Mars is, you know, in a 6-degree orb away from Uranus. So they're still communicating a little bit. And you know, Saturn is at 2 degrees, Jupiter's at 4 degrees, and even Mercury is at 27 degrees. So all these energies are all sitting right there, all at these, you know, beginning and end of these areas. So it's like we're pulling and we're pushing into these new energies from Aries and Capricorn to Taurus and Aquarius. So Aries and Capricorn are cardinal signs. Like, yep, let's get up, let's get it done, let's make it happen, let's go, let's go, let's go. But it's very like, it can be very impulsive, right? Now we're moving into this, you know, very fixed, like, all right, digging our heels in. All right, time to move forward. Time to really, really take action. Now, cardinal signs are about taking action, but it's more about like, you know, getting hyped up, right? It's like the hype song. And Taurus and Aquarius are more like, okay, this is the plan that's laid out. This is where we're going to go in the long term. Okay, so 2021 is more like, okay, we had the year-long hyped up change, you know, death and rebirth, facing all the shadow, purging all the shit, the catharsis. And now 2021 is like, all right, we're here. Now who's with me? All right, let's move forward. Okay. That we are, you know, the world with this contrast going on, right? Like this is spiritual warfare. We're already at war, guys. Okay. Now but this is a different war than we've ever seen, or maybe than we've ever seen in movies, or that, you know, it's not the typical type of war that we've seen in the past. This is more a war on our psychology, a war on our belief systems, a war on our, you know, it's our fear versus love, right? And what are you going to let run everything? And we're going to have a lot of opportunities to choose between fear and love, like with a significant other. Are you going to, you know, like, are your belief systems so different that you know, is it going to make the foundation crumble? And this is going to show what is solid in your life and what is not. Okay. So allow these energies to teach you, to guide you, and try not to let it overwhelm you. The overwhelming comes from the resistance, and the resistance comes from fear. So essentially, you know, fear, love, the devil, you know, and God, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Like, to me, they're all metaphors for the same freaking thing. It's all energy, right? So our heart is going, like, our heart opened up. Our heart got cracked open in 2020. It was like that, you know, those Russian dolls that just crack open layer after layer after layer after layer. Now that we're all cracked open, it's like, okay, now what are you going to do with it? Okay. What's up? And, you know, it's like universe, like, calling you out, like, all right, you're here. You're going to step into your purpose. You're going to step into what you need to do, what you're meant to do. We are all being called into our purpose. All right. So step into that purpose with conviction, with love, you know, with trust in your heart, trusting in yourself. We have to trust our heart. We have to trust ourselves. And so this is really like the foundation of where all this stuff is going. All right. So that is a heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. And then we're even going to be having Venus going into Capricorn on January 8th. Okay, so between, I'd say, January 6th, okay, to January 21st, it's going to be a bit of a shit show. That's where, like, suddenly everybody is like running over to their side, like, oh fuck, okay, and this is in the world. This is also within ourselves. All right, fuck, okay, this is where I got to go. This is what I got to do. This is what I want to create. This is where, you know, this is where I want to make this happen. And it made me feel a little like chaotic, like, oh shit, now, like, I've been sitting around just, it's like almost been like a hurry up and wait game, kind of like energetically. And now it's like, oh, okay, let's go. Time to go. And like, am I really prepared? Look, nobody's ever really prepared for stuff like this. That's why living with purpose is so important, living in the present moment and really sitting in that intention of, I'm going to be the best version of myself. I'm going to stay present. I'm going to listen to my heart, and I'm going to trust my heart and go into the guidance, you know, no reservations. Okay. So allow that to be okay, and allow that to be what it is. What's up, Kim? What's up, Nicole? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. it's so interesting too. I feel like our concept of God or our concept of spirituality is going to be changing too. Because we have many we have many different religions, we have many different belief systems and theories and understandings from our own subjective experiences through life, and through our own conditioning of what we see, what we believe, what we understand. You can have 1,000 Christians, and they all have a different interpretation of a particular scripture. Why? Because they're reading it from their subjective perspective. Okay, so this is where the understanding of God is going to change. I feel like as we raise our vibration, we're really getting in touch with our own love, and that is helping us see and understand it in a very different way. But back in the day, it used to be like if you're spiritual, then you have to be poor, or you're serving a master, and you have to submit to this master, and that's bullshit. That's a fear-based model, in my opinion. What's up, Whitney? And we don't want to follow that fear-based model. Especially doing the work that you feel that the universe is guiding you to. We need to believe that we deserve abundance. All right. We need to believe that, we deserve to thrive, because the more we thrive in that higher vibration, the more that we're able to help other people. I mean, how does that, it's just so freaking common sense to me. It's ridiculous. Right. So, this is where, Uranus, the energy of Uranus, which is in Taurus, it's cracking open the understanding, the awareness, and the idea where these ideas have been very stubborn, very, very stuck. And then, what's up, Emma? And then, Saturn and in Aquarius, Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius. So that's like the control dynamics, which are basically, opening up and shifting. And so if we fight that, like in our beliefs, really, this is a big part about our belief systems, because we are being fed a lot of bullshit, right? Let's do with our divine con. Yes. So with Saturn in Aquarius, this is like it's activating these belief systems, having us look at who we are really, like deep down. You may be feeling like, with all the shifting going on, that like, wow, I've been living a lie, or what I deserve more, I deserve better, I deserve more love or more money or whatever. And then you have to dive deeper into, okay, why have I been accepting that for so long? What is it within me, my belief system, the vibration that I carry in my consciousness that keeps me in this place? And I'm telling you what, right now, the universe is going to be bringing us experiences and situations and tests to teach us. And when you're super aware in the present moment, you realize that every moment, every person, every thought, every emotion, everything is our teacher. And, you don't have to be like a monk, sitting on a mountaintop, meditating 24/7. That's not how it works. There's, meditation is when you're in flow state, right? When the theta waves are active in your brain, theta state is where you're channeling, the universe. So this is about learning how to be in flow state as often as possible. Now, I mean, I'm sure it's possible to be there 24/7, but I'm not really sure. I clearly haven't made it there yet. But the point is to create a lifestyle which allows us to do things, have people in our lives, have work, have hobbies and things that facilitate that flow state. Right. So we have to be doing what we love. No more working 9-to-5 bullshit jobs out of obligation because we feel like we need to. All right. That era is dying. It is dying very quickly. In fact, the big corporations out there are literally creating situations very, very similar to like the military, where we look at Apple and, Facebook and Google and all them, they have campuses and they literally provide everything that you need. So you just need to go to work and they take care of everything for you. Yeah, great. But now you're a fucking slave to the process. Now you have no creative expression. Now you have no ability. It's like, okay, cool. Now I can be lazy. Now I just have to follow this plan. I don't have to create my own. And hey, if that's for you, awesome, cool. But I do feel that, we need people to do the opposite. Okay, because then there's going to be no creativity. There's going to be no uniqueness. There's going to be no evolution. It's just going to be whatever the big people want, and we have to follow what they think and what they believe, and that is going to eventually rob us of our God-given right of our right to just divine independence, divine freedom. That is the war that is going on right now. Okay, so we must stay vigilant in our individuality. Aquarius is about, individuation, but also about the collective. So being individuated in the collective, being in the community as yourself alone with everyone. It sounds kind of like a paradox, but it's really not. Like if you have everyone that's exactly the same, then that would just be boring, right? You need our weirdness, the parts of ourselves that we feel out weird are not okay or imbalanced or fucked up or just, the parts of ourselves that we don't like. Those are the parts that offer the greatest gifts. Okay, so there's all, and that would be our Chiron energy. So this is where we must embrace the Chironic aspect, and through the vulnerability of going to that Chironic energy, we learn to touch or activate that Uranian energy. That Uranian energy comes through as like an epiphany or an aha moment or a divine intervention or a wow, oh my God, a miracle. But we can't live there either. We have to learn to bring it back down and ground it into the Saturnian energy. So with this, there's going to be sort of this constant tension that we must get used to and get comfortable in, because this tension is going to mold us into the greatest version of ourselves through the growth process of cracking of the shell, of going into the vulnerability of the Chiron energy, of tapping into the Uranian energy in Taurus, okay? And then when we tap that, we grab it and we bring it back down into Saturn and we ground it in Saturn. And then when we ground inside, we come back up into the vulnerability, and it's a rinse and repeat process, okay? Rinse and repeat. So we must get used to vulnerability, which is essentially, vulnerability is power, right? And when we're in our vulnerability and standing in our power, that is true self-love. That is the Plutonian energy of the phoenix rising from the ashes. So all of these lessons that we've learned from these outer planets, we are now meant to bring them into a consolidated, workable format in our consciousness to come out in the world. And you bet your ass that we are going to be challenged. But when you come up to the challenge, when the challenge is presented and we step into it with vulnerable faith, with self-knowing, right? It's really, again, comes down to faith. When we step into that, each time we do it, we get a little smarter, we get a little more confident, which raises our self-worth, which increases our abundance, which brings in more and better people and things, situations. It all builds upon itself. And I'll tell you what, so Mercury will go direct February 20th, right? And mind you, Mercury is going to be going retrograde in Aquarius back in Capricorn, and I believe conjuncting Jupiter, Saturn, not quite Pluto, but so that whole area, okay, we're getting like this last final kibosh, boom, okay. About third week of February, then it is go time really into this new place. Now we are all ready to go, and now it's like it's almost like I see an internal war, but it's almost like we're surrendering the war within, and we're just like stepping into it, stepping through it, and it's just like a big hug fest, right? But there's going to be those times where, we're having a hug with someone and then someone comes and bump us on the back. That's our fear, right? Excuse me, being a dick. All right. You turn around. Okay, dude, calm down. That's all right. We give you a hug too. All right. Then you get bumped again. Damn it. Fuck. And it's going to bump you and get you frustrated and you're like, oh my God, this sucks. What's going on? This is where breathe through it. Breathe through the frustration. Breathe through the irritation, breathe through the what the fuck is going on, right? And as we breathe through it, we learn to process it, not allow it to trigger us. Now, whatever is still triggering you in your life, okay? 2020 was all about bringing those triggers to the surface and facing them big time. Whatever triggers are left over, those are the ones that are really meant to teach us the deep lessons within. And those are the ones that are really going to carry us into this next place. Okay. So the triggers are our teachers. Vulnerability is power. Step forward in your life within yourself in love and faith, and you will find that the universe brings you things. Okay. You become a magnet. And so don't try to go out and chase anything per se. Whatever, like the last couple of weeks, I've just happened to have been invited to like these different gatherings and things where all kinds of people are creating and searching for community, right? And I've been saying for a long time, I really want to build more and more of a community. So now I'm meeting with some other leaders that I know of here in Las Vegas tomorrow, and we're actually structuring, because what I'm seeing in the spiritual community is there's a lot of people that want to create community, but not a whole lot of people that really know how to structure it. And I understand, I get it, because I'm kind of the same way. I'm like, well, we'll just, see how it goes. We'll let it unfold naturally. But here's the thing. Us as human beings, we require some kind of structure. That's Saturn. Structure with the open-mindedness and willingness to evolve and change and shift along the way. And that takes a very strong kind of leader. And when you have a group, of a mastermind, if you will, of leaders that think like that, magic can be done. And that is my next step personally. Okay. So I hope that you will choose to join me in this journey. Because I tell you what, we're going to be bringing in a lot of abundance. We're going to be bringing a lot of beautiful awakenings, catharsis, and a lot of beautiful relationships and a lot of beautiful experiences to bring in this new year, to create this new life that we really want to create. Okay. So step into it one day at a time. And please go over to my YouTube channel if you haven't already and subscribe, because I'm going to be starting to do, a lot more stuff on my YouTube. And on Instagram, though, I'm going to be doing more of my microscopy. I'm going to be starting that tomorrow morning. I'm going to be going live, and I'm going to be doing my own, I'm going to be assessing and analyzing my own blood and showing you guys kind of what this is all about. I feel like this is going to be really the new standard, if you will, of like identifying imbalances in the body and being able to heal them. And I'm, of course, I'm a man, like if I'm going to do something or promote something, then I'm going to be the first one to do it and to show you guys how it's done, because that's just, I feel how it should be done. Right. Show through action, show through actually being the product. Okay. So I wanted to get started a couple weeks ago, but it's just this last month, as you guys all know, has been a fucking roller coaster, and had a lot of endings and new beginnings going on. But tomorrow morning, dedicating myself, and that'll be only on Instagram. Okay, so we're doing that on Instagram. My energy reports, new moon, full moon, monthly and weekly energy reports that will be live are going to be on YouTube, and then in about 3 weeks from now, I'm going to be going and putting my daily energy reports on the Opportunity community. Okay, so all my Opportunity community people are going to have privy to that. There is a $4.99 charge a month for that. I put a lot of content out there, guys, and I'm leveling up and I'm stepping up. So if you guys would choose to join the community, I'd love to have you. But I also want to make sure that the people that are joining the community are people that, want to grow, want to learn, want to flourish, want to network, want to be better, right? Because we need more and more people like that in this world. So if you resonate with me, you resonate with this, if you're interested in Uforia and, stepping up into a business, making money and networking and personal growth and learning and connecting with just some amazing bomb ass people. So yeah, and take personal responsibility for themselves. Exactly, Lotus Vine. That is what we are doing. Okay, so I love you all very much. Happy New Year. Happy birthday to me. Yay. And I will see you guys on the next report. Okay, I love y'all and Happy New Year.